Oh, he must be. He can't be Harry, can he? Is he Harold on his birth certificate?
Well, he's never been called Harold. I'm sure
It's
that
Henry,
might
of course,
be on
isn't
his
he?
birth certificate.
I'd rather he was Harold. Harold? Like a steptoe family member. Well, the royal wedding is on the way. It's going to happen in the spring, we believe. We don't know the venue. Suggestions yesterday from Ingrid Seward from Majesty magazine. It might be held in Viscount Althrop's private estate. Let's get the thoughts now of a man in the know. His book, Royal Butler's Rule Book, is out early next month. Perfect for Christmas, I'd say, if you're a royalist and if you just want to learn a bit about etiquette. The author is Grant Harold, a former royal butler. Good morning, Grant.
Morning, Grant.
Good morning. If I might, I thought you'd call me Prince Harold, so I was getting very excited.
Yeah, I suppose he must be Henry, mustn't he? As in Henry the...
He is, yes. I mean, I've been having this debate with people online. A lot of people call him Harry, which of course that's the name we all know him by, but technically his official name is Prince Henry. So
and now we can say,
Princess
cry God
Henry
for Harry and for Meghan Markle, because the nuptials, long expected, have been announced. What would be going on planning-wise for a royal wedding on this scale, would you say, Grant?
The reality is, from what I remember from obviously previous weddings, it's quite similar. He says it's quite similar to other weddings. Of course, you know, there's the whole security side, which is the difference, and depending on the venue, that's a whole other thing. We don't obviously know where the venue could be. It could be like his father and mother at St Paul's. It could be at Westminster Abbey, like his brother. And sister-in-law.
Although she is, of course, a divorcee, and the Church of England won't normally... They'll allow a blessing normally, but not a wedding if somebody's been previously married.
The funny thing is, I think, from what I understand, a lot of those kind of rules have changed. I'm not exactly sure of the details, but they have changed. And of course, as you mentioned, I mean, many decades ago, King Edward VIII had to give up the throne, didn't he, when he wanted to marry Wallis Simpson? So it is a very different era, thankfully. And as I've said to so many people, as long as they're both happy, they're in love. What does it matter?
I mean, Grant, a lot of people will say, okay, so here we are. We have a divorcee. She's an actress, Hollywood starlet. She's mixed race. She's from La La Land. It could all go horribly wrong.
Hopefully it won't.
Yeah, let's hope not, Carol. They're not even spliced yet.
No, I'm just putting forward what some people are saying.
Absolutely. I mean, the reality is, again, that, you know, these days, sadly, you hear of many happy relationships that break down, and that's the reality of life. But I think, you know, we've got to kind of be optimistic and hopeful that for any couple that's embarking on this wonderful journey together, and hope that it is going to be successful and that they are going to have, I think I read, you know, they are also going to, they plan to have a family, and, you know, we all hope that is what will happen and that they will be happy.
Grant, when you saw that interview yesterday and heard Meghan talk, and I mean, I was kind of gobsmacked, not to put too fine a point on it, weren't you? I was gobsmacked at how, not just how beguiling she was, but how smart she was, how she was able to talk. We've not seen a royal bride like that before, have we?
No, and you're quite right, Carol, because what's really interesting is the fact that she, because people said to me, will she have to learn how to behave, how to do the whole royal thing? And I don't think she will, because what we're seeing is a very confident young lady who, yes, she's an actress, but she also does a lot of public engagements. You know, she's involved with charities. So this isn't, it's a big step, because of course it's suddenly putting, you know, she'll become one of the most recognisable ladies in the world. But at the same time, she already can understand how it works. She's very good at the public thing, and as we saw yesterday, she's very comfortable. She's a very good speaker, and she's got lovely humour, which I think is really important.
She has, but I read one quote where she described herself a couple of years ago as a free-spirited hippie. There's no room for that inside the confines of Buckingham Palace, is there?
Mind you, Prince Charles talks to his plants, doesn't he?
No, hang on, but you know, they'll knock that out if I weren't. There'd be no free spirits.
Well, the thing is, again, it's 21st century, and I think that they're all family. I think we all agree it is, to an extent, it is modernised, it is changing, and the younger royals are very much kind of leading the way. And again, it is literally rewriting the whole rule book.
And isn't it different? Isn't it different for the spare, if you like, for the number two, in the way that Prince Andrew had fun-loving Fergie after Prince Charles got the virginal Diana? Are you allowed more leeway if you're the spare?
I think the reality is, I think even Prince Harry has said in occasions that as the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge have had children, of course he goes further down the line of succession, and it takes all the pressure off, because the reality is, I mean, and also kind of seeing how tough those jobs are, you wouldn't wish them on anybody. You know, I remember as a child thinking, oh, I'd love one day to kind of be a royal and all this kind of thing, which is one of the reasons I went into work for the family. But the reality is, it's such a grueling full-time schedule. It's not something that I'd wish on anybody, because I think people don't realise that.
But Grant, you say that him being the spare takes the pressure off. The pressure will never be off him, because he's Diana's son. The world's eyes will always be on Harry.
True. That's true. I mean, again, it's this being in the limelight 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, as you've said, that will never change. And that's the other thing for Meghan is, even though she's used to being in the public light, this is very different.
She doesn't know what's coming, does she, Grant?
Well, I think she does, and I part of me kind of hopes that the media do give them the space, and I know that's very wishful thinking.
They won't.
I know, but I still keep my fingers crossed and hope that they get to kind of, to an extent, have some kind of normal life.
You don't see her. I see her as the way she behaved yesterday. The fact that she was so good, so eloquent, so beguiling. I think the media now see Diana Mark II. They're gonna hunt her. Everything she does, she's not going to be able to walk down the street anymore because she's got everything. She's got what Diana had. She's got that combination of celebrity and royalty.
She's arrived with celebrity, whereas Diana had celebrity imposed upon her.
I think that's irrelevant. I think she's got celebrity and she's got the royalty. I think she'll be hunted, don't you?
I think the thing about, as you said, with Diana Prince Wales, I think the thing about her, she had something quite special about her, and everybody, I mean, I don't think I'm wrong saying this, I think everybody felt connected to her in some way, and everybody wanted to be part of her, everybody wanted to share her experiences, and I don't disagree. Who knows, maybe people will want that, and as I said, I just hope that they do get to have some sort of private life as well, which I know is a ridiculous thing to say because it is the royal family, and you said she's going to be, people going to want to see what she's doing, hear how she's getting on, and what's going on with the wedding. So I completely understand that. I think a lot of people outside the media will agree that as long as they give them some space and allow them to kind of be a couple, which we've kind of seen with the Duke and Duchess of Cambridge. I mean, I know there's a lot of coverage of them as well, but they do get to have their downtime and they do get to have their time away, which is so important. I mean, it's really important for them.
Grant, thank you very much indeed for your time this morning. Grant Harold there, former Royal Butler, who's booked the Royal Butlers.